Pawan Khera respond to this? Because this is what the Prime Minister drove as well, that nothing is being taken away from you. An alternate route is being created where if you want to sell outside government-run mandis, you now have the choice to do that. The charge against the opposition is that you at the back end are fueling the protests, instigating these farmers and making them agitated so that they're out on the streets. Pawan Khera.
Well, Rahul, I hope the Congress party deserves this compliment which the Prime Minister is giving to us. The old APMC, before these three bills were enacted, did not stop a farmer from selling his produce outside the mandi. So why are they misleading कि ये पहली बार हो रहा है तो पहले भी आजाद थे किसान. The only thing that the regulated APMC regime did was to ensure that there is government supervision. There is a benchmark price which is transparently arrived at through auction system when the farmer reaches the APMC with his or her produce. Now that, Mr. Nalin Kohli very cleverly says that as per the law, APMC is not being dismantled. But APMC has to give the development fees and there are two funds that the APMC has to charge. Whereas if I, as a trader, as a shark, go to a field to buy some produce, I will not have to pay the development fees. So therefore, there is no level playing field and the APMC will automatically, gradually get dismantled. If there is no APMC left, where will you give the MSP?
No, but Yogendra Yadav, that's the point that the Prime Minister made, that none of this has happened. He argued very passionately that none of this will ever happen. You're creating the spectre of fear. In any case, farmers face huge pressure on their lands, they have huge revenue problems, and you're just making them feel fearful. And that's why they're so agitated. None of this has happened so far. In reality, you'll have the government-run mandis, you'll have these private enterprises, and ultimately, given the pressure on land, there has to be some kind of contract farming where you're told by the companies you can manufacture, the rates are pre-decided, and the farmer is not so silly. If he realizes that the rate at which he's being asked to sell is less than what he'll get at the government mandi, he'll simply say no.
Of course, nothing of this kind has happened so far. You're absolutely right. The laws were finally enacted in September. The government brought it in June, but did not use one single thing for 3 months. I don't know why they brought in an ordinance which they did not use at all. It was brought in the month of September. Since then, nothing has happened. But that's not what we are saying. We are saying if this unequal competition between the APMC and the private mandi continues for first 2 years, the mandi will collapse because it is not merely a competition. It is not merely one additional option. It is an option where private mandi will not have fees, will not have regulation, will not have registration, will not have written records. So in this unequal competition, private mandis will beat the APMC within the first 2 years. APMCs will collapse. And once APMCs collapse, then the little protection the farmers have today will collapse.
The one thing that